like, we were like, I look at that picture, I'm like, I'm 12 in that picture. I had no business getting married. When I got married, I'm like,
How old were you?
22,
Oh, wow, yeah. We were 26, so that was,
just 22. I was just like,
wow.
yeah. Ooh, I need to get some glasses.
Well, and then when we got married, Cheryl had 2 children from the previous marriage, so it was instant family for me.
You're thrown into the fire immediately.
Yeah. So Blaze got his motorcycle.
All right, we're live.
All right.
We're live. Oh, it's already been hot topics. Oh my goodness, taxes.
Yeah.
Couple stories in the Bible. All right.
Taxes and religion.
Taxes and religion. Yeah, those are very, very hot topics. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Steadfast podcast. You're now part of the conversation because we unmuted it. Apologies. We started a little while ago just talking and chatting. So welcome if you're listening, or if you listen later, we're glad that you're here. And yeah, so we are talking today again about what we're going through in Nehemiah, talking a little bit about what we've been discussing in Sunday school, and then we'll talk about something else, maybe a hot topic.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see where we get.
We'll see where we go. All right. So anyways, so this week again, we were in Nehemiah.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks left in Nehemiah here leading up to Easter. And
chapter 11 this week.
we're in 11 this week. Pastor Greg was in 11 this week, and
12.
Or
12. Yeah.
Kind of both.
Yeah,
kind
11
of
and
both, I
12.
guess,
Yeah, the first 20 verses of 20 or so verses of chapter 12. So yeah, interesting passage. A lot of names in there. A lot of hard to pronounce names in there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, it's always interesting when I am not the one preaching the message. What do you guys think about where we went with it and what you got out of it, I guess?
Yeah. I do find it very, very interesting that all of these folks are recorded.
Mhm.
I do find that interesting. I think it's really a kind of a message in of itself to us. And that's something that's been standing out to me, is just that idea of recording who was there, recording not just for that time, but also future looking. It's looking into the future, like as far as like future generations. And what does that mean for future generations? And I've just been thinking about that as a personal thing too. It's just as far as like, what do we write into our current, like, what are we writing today for future generations? Probably sub good, sub bad.
Probably.
Hopefully it should be mostly good. But that's not always the case.
I thought it was kind of cool how Greg kind of equated this to almost like the end credits of a movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, how it's all of these people, and a lot of them are behind the scenes, people that don't even appear anywhere else in scripture, people that for all intents and purposes are non-consequential to the overall story of the Bible, but they're still in here. And just the fact that they're in there, and a little bit of what does that tell us about what was going on and how important it was that all these people were there and were participating in this. So I thought that was a really good take.
It's a good reminder of how, especially as a Christian and as a church member, we all have a role to play. As maybe insignificant as it may seem, it's still important to the grand scheme of things, and that we need to find that role and do it to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was a great way to kind of compare. You know, Greg does a good job of kind of contextualizing things into, you know, common present day things that we can relate to. And I think that's always helpful. So.
Yeah. Really good. And just, it was a good reminder to me, just when we talk about how we think about our church body. And I know we kind of talk about that quite a bit here, but just how we think about our church body and how the idea of the nation of Israel being set up as God's picture of his relationship to the world, right? And how the Israelites so often got that wrong. They didn't, especially New Testament Jews, didn't understand the concept that that God had promised to bless the whole world through them, and how they focused on the blessing that was for them, and they didn't understand that the blessing that they were intended to be a blessing to the whole world through them, and not just directly through Jesus Christ, which was the blessing of the whole world, but the whole idea of Israel from the beginning is God's idea that he's gonna demonstrate to the world this relationship that he has with these people, and they are going to be able to glean from that relationship something about himself and what it means to be part of his people.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole idea